Hi everyone, this is Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to my Twin Flame channel and my Soulmate channel. Let's see what Spirit has for you today for no contacts. The person on your mind that you may be in a low communication, no communication with. What are their thoughts and feelings? What are their intentions? Where is this headed? What does Spirit have for you at this time? So let's get started. Welcome back to Collective Love Reading for all signs and any sign that you may be thinking of. So let's see what our spirit guides have. Let's call them in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Spirit, please share with me. Person on my mind, what is going on in this connection? What is it that I need to hear today? What is it that Spirit has for me? I am listening for you now. We have unfinished business. We still have things to resolve. So sometimes you feel like it's definitely over and you're like, I know it's over, but I'm still hanging on. And then other times you know that it's not over. It's like you can feel it in your body. You can just feel it that we still have work to do in this connection. Spirit, please share with me. I have an unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. So maybe they said and did something and they thought they were going to get a reaction from you and they got the opposite reaction. Holding back. I should have expressed myself better. I have been holding back in this connection. Habits. I don't know if we will ever change. Maybe somebody's got some bad habits that have been affecting this connection. That's a big one. Drinking too much, smoking too much, partying, gambling, just habits that are hurting. I'm a runner. I don't want to run anymore. So do we have unfinished business? And this person is saying, I don't want to run anymore. And they're saying, how do we find each other? How do we find each other again? So the same way we found each other the first time, baby steps and getting to know each other. And I don't know what this outcome was, but whatever they expected to do didn't work. I'm asking Spirit about the outcome, and they're saying they expected you to chase them. And when you didn't chase them, I think that's when they turned around. Like, what do you mean you're not going to chase me? Maybe you've chased them in the past. Maybe, they gave you the silent treatment and you would call them and say, oh, I'm so sorry. And what can we do? And, so you didn't chase them. And I feel like that made all the difference in the world. Okay. So that's probably shocked them. Maybe everybody else has always chased them. And they're used to people begging them to be with them. I don't know. But their ego is saying that I need somebody to chase me. But you're not chasing. You're stronger than that. You're definitely your high self-esteem is higher than that. I have time. I'm afraid it's too late. So if they wait any longer, they're going to lose you. And that's when the runner starts to panic that you could be with other people. A mistake. I wish I could right all my wrongs. I was wrong. I made a mistake. Reflecting. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity, which is exactly what no contact is. Okay. And I have bottom of the deck, I have destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. I've been kind of searching for myself, I'm going to say, and I escaped. I left when things got hard. I was a runner, and as soon as it got hard, I ran. So yeah, as soon as I had to start talking about my feelings, or I had to start fixing things, or you weren't happy with my behavior in some way and you asked me to make a little change, and I freak out. So I escape. I don't want somebody telling me what to do. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 7 of Wands. I have a Knight of Pentacles. I have a 4 of Swords. And I have a 7 of Swords. So I'm going to say the behavior that they've had time to think about it. Seven of Swords and a Four of Swords. They've had some time to think about some things that they're not proud of. They have had time to right their wrongs, so to speak. This feels like I definitely feel like I've been in the timeout chair. I've been in the tail between my legs stage, something like that. I've been working on myself. This feels like I've been working on myself. So that feels good. That maybe they're just not giving up on themselves, or they're putting in a better effort into an area of their life that they were struggling with, like work issues, debt issues, getting back on their feet, something like that. I have a Five of Wands. I have a Four of Wands. I have a Justice card. Wow. And I have a Ten of Swords. So this is a fear of losing you. It went from, I'm really struggling with, I'm afraid that I've lost you forever. And in between is this feeling of, I always thought that I'd end up with you. Okay. I always thought that we would be together forever. So it's like two extremes. I always thought we'd be together forever. And then I'm really afraid that I've lost you forever. So it's like two totally ends of the spectrum. And they're really, really struggling with that. I have a Ten of Pentacles. I have a Six of Pentacles. I have a Five of Pentacles. And I have Temperance. I feel like we can get through anything. I feel like we can rebuild. It's a sense of rebuilding, strength at the bottom of my deck, putting in the effort, the time into this. So I do feel like this person believes that even if we have hit rock bottom somehow, we can pull ourselves out. You know, it's a sense of pulling out of rock bottom. And maybe that's how we feel. Maybe this is the worst it's ever been. Maybe this is the worst. We had the worst argument. We had the worst fight. We had this the longest we've gone without talking to each other, something like that. Spirit, I don't want to run anymore, is what our person had said. I'm heartbroken. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. So that could be both of you. You know, sometimes you think your other person isn't hurting. You know, if they're the person that ran, you think they don't hurt. They are hurting as well. I mean, just because they're the runner doesn't mean that they don't feel. I have a player. You're accusing me of being a player is how that came in. And maybe they're not. Maybe they were talking to somebody innocently and you thought they were hitting on them, or somebody looked at them and you thought they wanted to go home with them. Just a feeling of, I don't know, I overreacted. I guess I want to say it that way. I overreacted in a situation and somebody got really upset. Social media, something was posted on social media that I'm not happy. I told you not to tell people. I told you not to say those things. I don't want you, posting pictures of us, something like that. So I just feel like it's something we can work through, but it's something that invaded our privacy, like our private life. And I think they're upset with that. I have a choice. It's a turning point. And in which door do we go through? So I feel like this person is, really struggling with, I always thought that we would end up together. And they're struggling with, they feel like you threw them under the bus when they didn't do anything. Now, that could be them lying to themselves, or that could be them covering up a secret. But if you were accusing them of doing something and they really haven't done it, they get really upset. If you were catching them in a lie, they try to backpedal and pretend like it's all your fault and, you're crazy. But I feel like if you're accusing them of something that didn't happen, like the blank hit the fan, okay? And now where do we go from here? So sometimes it's something that happened. It was a storm, a wrecking ball, drama, definitely drama. I would say drama caused, this kind of episode, and they walked away from it. It's not over. It's calming down. The storm is going to end. It is going to pass. But I feel like we saw a different side of each other that was really ugly. Okay. And it's the ugly side of people and of things. And we all have there. And that's part of being vulnerable with somebody. The same as being, intimate with somebody. It's showing the ugly side of yourself and then accepting it. Like, I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of the words that I just said. I'm not proud of my reaction. I'm not proud of being jealous or that I didn't treat you right in a situation. So it's really just accepting that I made a mistake too, and seeing like, why did I behave that way? What was it that triggered me? So something triggers this drama, something sets you off, and it could be past wounds. Maybe that's what we need to talk about. I have family. I feel like there's more at stake. I do. I feel like we have something good. And is this just an episode that just got blown out of proportion? Or is it something that's really, really a problem? Usually it's something that just got blown out of proportion and we just need a break from each other. And then we will kiss and make up and kind of move on. So if we have a runner that doesn't want to run anymore, they're going to have to learn how to get through these storms and kind of wait for the clouds to clear and the rainbows to come back out. I have a 3 of Pentacles. I have a 9 of Pentacles. I have a Magician. And I have a 9 of Wands. So these have been difficult days. I do have a lot of feelings around we make a great team. And there's so many things that this person admires you for. I have a Queen of Wands. I have an Empress. I have a Pentacles. So this isn't somebody who wants to be with somebody else. This is somebody who they want you to know that you're the only one. And maybe they were accused of doing something that they're not doing. And they really got mad. They really said, this isn't fair. I've done nothing wrong. And, if that's what you think of me, then I just can't handle that. So I feel like we have to definitely heal that. Okay. But they do have these incredible feelings for you. And this isn't about chasing other people's spirits saying now. This is not about you're not good enough or I want something better or I have other options. No, they're upset that they were thrown under the bus somehow, whether it was through social media or what was said or accused of doing something they didn't do. Let's get some initials. Let's see what I feel like apologies are in order on both sides. Spirit, please share with me some letters, some initials, first initials, last initials. The letter G, M, G, S, W. I have an M. I have an A, M, W, N, A. I have an I, an N. I have an R, Q, I, J. Let's get a couple more. O and the letter D. Okay, so definitely maybe feeling that you can connect to those initials. Don't worry if you didn't see your person's initials. That's okay. Spirit, talk to me about some feelings. Let's see if we can get some feelings. Twin flame. You've activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You've helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. So we do have this connection. We have this twin flame connection, and twin flames go through a lot. They say things and do things, and then they part ways, and they learn a lesson, and they come back together. So we could be just going through a twin flame journey. I have you're my soulmate. It must be written in the stars because you most definitely are my destiny and we belong together. So one or the other, we could be a soul contract for sure. Playing games. This is a game to me. The way I'm acting, responding, or posting to get your attention. And that could be you, that could be them. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of ugly. There's a lot of ugly things around this connection right now. So we've got to stop some of that behavior. Is it true? I heard you were dating someone else. Please tell me it isn't. So they don't have the right to tell you who to be with when they're not in a contact situation, but they always feel like you wouldn't, if you really loved me, you wouldn't be with anybody else. That's not fair to you, because are they not interested in anybody else, or have they completely given up the thought of not being with anybody else? But it's always like, if you really loved me, you wouldn't be talking to anybody. Spoiling you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips and everything you could ever need or want, and you deserve nothing else. So are they spoiling you? Have they been spoiling you? Have they been good to you, and then they were accused of doing something that they didn't do? So do they feel like they were legitimately treated unfairly, and they could be struggling with that? Run away. Would you pack a bag and meet me in Hawaii? I just want to get away from the world and be alone with you. Maybe we don't have enough alone time. Maybe we have a situation where something caught up with us, just the emotions of the situation we're in. Time. We don't have enough time together. For some of you, there could be a situationship where a third party is involved. But do we not have enough time together where it's kind of that boiling water or teapot that boils and boils until, it explodes? That's probably what happened, is that we are resenting that we can't be together for periods of time, or there's something that is disconnecting us. So maybe it's just a feeling that things are not perfect in other ways, and that kind of catches up to us. You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me. Never really know where I stand with you. So you need to know where you stand with each other. You do. You need to know, what are your feelings? I'm in this, or I'm not. I need to be with you, or I'm not. So sometimes we just have to understand that we have to know where we're headed. We have to know what's going on. Some more feelings, please, Spirit. Tears are falling like the rain. So this person they're not happy that they're not with you. So don't think that they're out there having a good old time. I feel like they are, like I said, there's two extremes. I always thought I'd end up with you, and now I have a fear of losing you. Return to me, my love. I fantasize about growing old with you. So I think you have a lot of unfinished business. I don't think I'll be needing you anymore. You could be thinking they ran and they kicked you to the curb, but I don't feel that way. I feel that this person is, when they calm down, somebody's pulling themselves out of this rock bottom situation, and they don't like where they are. And part of being happy is being with you. So I feel like something's happening with that. You're nothing but trouble. That probably was said. It's like this drama. I can't handle this drama. You caused this trouble. You caused this. It's kind of a accusation, obviously. But I do feel like the blame was pushed on you. I feel the vibes. Our chemistry is real. I do know that you are thinking about me. Like, I can feel the vibes. I still feel the energy. I can still feel your pull. Okay. I'm going to say I can still feel your energy. Okay. I mean, that tells me it's some kind of soul contract. You can still feel their pull. Sometimes when you separate and it's been a long time, you feel that energy go further and further away. So that's what I'm talking about, but you can still feel the energy. Look into my eyes. There's a light of love inside of me. I guess that's what it's going to take. It's going to take, I need to look in your eyes one more time. I need to hold you. I need to talk to you. I need you to tell me where we stand. So we've got a runner who probably, when something happened, they didn't just face it. They turned it into a big episode. They turned it into a lot of drama, and it just kind of went overboard, is how I feel. I would do it all over again. So they want to be in this relationship. They have to learn how to work through something that happens, that when something happens in a relationship, you don't just throw it all away. You don't just say, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore, and walk away. Yeah, so they have to push through, the difficult days and learn how to communicate, or we have to work that out. But I do feel unfinished business. I'm going to say the drama goes away. Let's say it that way, that the drama has had a chance to calm down. I can still feel your energy. And if the drama is removed from this situation, I do feel like we'll find our way back to each other. Okay, so let's put this out into the universe. We have some work to do in this connection for sure, but we still have some hope and we still have some love. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Thank you always for your kind words, your comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website in the description below, kathymamolin.psychicmedium.com. Also, check out my main channel and my Pick a Card channel for some additional love readings. And we'll see you all again real soon.